All right. So we have this Master P and Romeo story. I'll bring you up to speed, Patrick. Right. First of all, shout out to my brother, Gracious Greatness. Oh, Gaula, well done. Oh, I've only just heard about incel, femcel, quercel, looks maxing, hard maxing, J's to meet it. Well, boy, the last two you lost me right there. But Jesus Christ. Be careful where you hang out, bro. Now, wow, the things that have become a thing in 2022, easy. Because I'm telling you, these rooms, they're everywhere. It's very hard. The only thing I can tell you in terms of avoiding it, based off of the question that Michael P said, is literally do that. Avoid it if you know that it's too much for you, because it will affect how you think, how you talk. You're a human being. Faith cometh by hearing. Your behaviors cometh by hearing. All this everything about you will basically start to shape in that direction. You will start having empathy, which is not necessarily supposed to be a bad thing. But if you hear the same story over and over again, you start having empathy for it. And if all you do is study red flags, you start seeing red everywhere. It's just the way the human brain works. But shout out to you, Michael P and Gracious Greatness, all the brothers in the house. And of course, all those beautiful ladies listening behind the scenes right now. But let's talk about Master P and Romeo. So Romeo is a rapper. I guess he's still a rapper, but he's now maybe about 35, 36, 37 years old. He's the son of Master P. Master P is an old school rapper. Not that old school. In the 90s, he was popular in the 90s, right? He should be about 50 something years old, maybe 55-ish. So his son should be about 35, his first son. So, and everybody have always known them to be to be very respectful of each other from father to son level. Like, he's one of the people that people admire in terms of how respectful he is to his father. So, but sadly, a few days ago, he came out. That story of that guy that that self-deleted.
Yeah.
Came out, and people were giving all kind of condolences and saying, wow, depression, this, blah, blah. People were talking about that, right? So I guess Master P, the father, he made a condolence, empathetic statement online. And, and basically the next thing was an attack on him, on his person, by his son. So I'm gonna read that statement to you in a second here before we move forward, because it's very important for us to understand this from that standpoint, the full story. Could it make sense, right? So he said, let me see, let me find the original story. Hopefully I can find it. I don't think I have the original story, but anyway, he basically just lambasted his father online, and he said, he doesn't have the same empathy for his own. Let me give you another part of the story. His daughter, that means his little sister, passed away some few months back.
Wow.
From drug addiction, overdose. Their mother, they're no longer together. The mother of this boy, they're no longer with the father. Partly because she probably still is, I'm not sure, an addict. So it's something that runs in their family. Master P is the one that made it out of the ghetto.
Wow.
He became very popular by selling CDs. He hustled, right, selling CDs from his trunk, from his boot, as Nigeria will call him. So he became popular. So by the time his son was turning 13, this was around 1998 to around 2001, he made his son a superstar. He became a rapper. He produced album, everything, and the boy became a superstar. It was on Nickelodeon. This is the boy you're looking at on the screen right now. And became a superstar, Nickelodeon. He was making money and all this kind of stuff. But he came out to accuse his father that all the money he made during that time was never paid to him. But the truth is that these people, they don't live, they live very extravagant lifestyle, like rich lifestyle, all thanks to Master P. the man himself, all thanks to him. But in one breath, some people are saying, but if you didn't pay, because not only did he say he never paid him, that his father never paid him, he said he never paid anybody that were on his record label too.
Mm.
So this is a family feud, right, between the father and the son. You know, ideally we would like this kind of situation to stay inside of the house, but he came out and accused his father. So I'm going to read this. This is like the second statement he made. He said Master P now responded to his son. I can't see the original post right now, but he responded to his son Labaste. He said, this new generation of kids need to stop blaming their parents for everything. How do they think they got to where they are without their parents making sacrifices for them? Right? He's saying that because he's the one that made it out of the ghetto. This was a guy that probably one out of his 20 friends is the only one alive. They're probably all in jail or by the heart. So mental illness is real, and so many families are tragically affected by it, especially when there is added trauma like the death of a loved one. Social media is not the place for healing. Son, I love you. Stop trying to get people to feel sorry for you, and let's come up with a solution. You can come talk to your father and your family. Like a man, you have kids too. Remember I said it's 35, 36. Mm-hmm. Okay. I was 35, 36 just a few years ago, so I'm barely older than this boy. Okay. Like a man, you have kids too. No family is perfect, but together with God, we can heal and get through this. Okay. So that's the statement from Master P. Romeo goes on to reply again and reply everyone, all the monitoring spirits that's monitoring them. Okay. We can see at least 31,000 likes on this post. Okay. He said, this was my last straw, Pops. Stop trying to play the victim. I loved you so much that I followed you blindly for 30 plus years. You know, we've talked behind closed doors. You aren't the man who you paint to be. And why is it war? Because I refuse to follow your lead. You only want to protect your image. But the image isn't even real. And I don't need anyone to feel sorry for me, Pops. I'm truly a man of God. If you are really a man of God, then you will prevail in the end. Even when I share my truth, I've tried to keep things in house. You are addicted to social media and unfortunately use this app as therapy. 3,000 plus posts. And when the world find out about the finances, outside of a gift or a car, I've never been paid for anything I've accomplished as Little Romeo. That was his stage name. Uncle C and Silk. No, okay, this was the statement I'm looking for actually. So he has uncles that he signed also. They were rappers. One of them is serving life in jail right now. I think okay, not any one of these. Okay, Uncle C. That Uncle C is actually serving life in jail. Last time I checked, I don't think he's out. He's been serving for at least 15 years, I think. You know, you only pay outsiders rightfully, so they will speak good on your name. I'm at peace because I can now speak my truth and help others. Mom was always right. This is the mom who is everybody knows that she's an addict, which is a disease, by the way. It's not an indictment. Your pride is everything. Okay. Now, then he went ahead to post some poem. I'm not going to get into that. But all of it was to throw shade at each other, you know. But I'm going to play this one last video. Then I want to hear your comments on this. Then I'll say my piece on this, you know. Yeah. Let's see. Let's play this real quickly.
Put this on. I got to get out of character and put this on the internet, which I don't want to do. But I try to call my son. People say, why you call? I did. He don't call back. It's been months. So my question is to Romeo. Like, if you've been in the business for...
Let me say this before we move forward. If you haven't called your parents in months, after this, as a matter of fact, get the F off this live and go and call your parents, wherever it is. go and call your parents. I just need to say that, okay? But maybe you might want to wait around to see why you should do that. But I know you have your feelings, you have your resentments. They are all real. As a matter of fact, right? I agree with you. Whatever you have to say, I'm not being dismissive. I promise you. You are probably right.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay? But you don't see what you don't see. You don't know what you don't know. But let's keep going.
Long as you've been in, and you're a 30-something-year-old man, and if you've been around me,
37.
watching me hustle and do my thing, why you not where you want to be at? Because that means you're not listening. That means you want to do your own thing. You done brought your own circle of people, but you can't get mad at me because I really thought this was about, the only reason I entertained this on social media, I thought it was about the DJ Twitch post I put up, and I thought it was about my daughter's death. I thought you was grieving. Mental illness is real. But I want to tell all the people out there that just don't understand how bad my heart hurt. Romeo lost a sister, but I lost a daughter. And for any parent that's going through this, because I know that it brings people closer together or it tear them apart. But I come from nothing, y'all. And I could go back. I'm cool with it. I won't be angry at God. I won't be upset. I won't go get mad and be disrespectful to my parents and none of that stuff. I just say, Dad, thank you for putting me in this world, not to get out and hustle and go do my thing. But that's the problem. When you take kids and you kind of like protect them from the real struggle and the pain, and you don't allow them to deal with their own consequences. And then when they grow older, they, oh, you never gave me nothing. At 30-something, man, people could go back and look, you've been shining for a long time, son. All you got to do is pick up the phone and call me or come to the house and holler at me. The saddest thing about this is what the people want to see. They want to see destruction. So if you destroy me, what are you going to do for the rest of the family? Are you going to take care? You told me on the post that you put up, oh, you go take care of people in the community. That's what you're supposed to do when you come from nothing. You go help people. I'm just not helping ungrateful people. I'm not an ATM machine. People can't just say they love me when I give them something. I'm tired of that, y'all. And any other parents, you could be rich or poor at a smaller level. You might give your kid $10, but if that's all you got, I've always fell off, got back up, hustled, did my thing. I'm tired of all these blog sites and all this stuff, poking and having fun. Y'all can. But I'm about to go back to work and do what I got to do. I love my family. My door is always open for my son. To be honest, because we shouldn't have to go through this. And if I'm wrong, forgive me. I'm apologizing to you if I'm wrong. I'm still a work in progress. I come from nothing. Everybody go through trauma. I'm dealing with this right now, but I love going out into the community and helping people. That's the way I heal. Allow me to heal. I don't have to be sitting around moaning and crying and all. I can't get my daughter back. But I can get out there and keep a legacy going, keep a name going. So let's do this in love and let's do this in peace. Because this is what the system wants. Think about it. We stronger together. But you older now. So you got to lead by example for the rest of the kids. And we can get through this. I'm just telling y'all, keep y'all prayers. We need it. And God gonna do what he got to do. You know, I'm not gonna come on here no more. So bloggers and everything else is cool. Whatever you want to deal with Romeo. Whatever y'all think he's saying is true or whatever, that's cool too. I can live with it. I'm at peace now. I had to speak my piece.
Yeah, that was very sad to watch. But practically, what are your thoughts at this point? Hold on one second. Sorry. Master P left Little Romeo's mom years ago, and Little Romeo's sister passed on recently. I don't think Romeo should have put his dad on blast online. Americans do anything for money. America is money. But go ahead, sir. I want to hear your thoughts on this.
It's a big pain on both sides.
On both sides. Thank you. Thank you.
Romeo is feeling being cheated. You know, the father too is feeling the loss of the daughter being put out there. And the last statement, he said he apologized for the wrong he has done as a work in progress, you know.
Yeah.
And they like the comment said, Americans do everything for money. You know, they shouldn't have put it out there. Should have even gone through social media. Should have settled it as a family issue. You know. So I know, like we said in Nigeria, so it's okay, you know. You know, this yeah, these kids of this age, they don't
They are doing
cover.
Soros okay.
Yes, they don't cover anything, you know. So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
the guy realized that he was cheated and no, that kind of
Mm.
stuff. You know, it must have happened. And the man said maybe he has done something wrong. He apologized. So
Hmm.
we just pray for them that God will intervene. You know, people in the society can intervene and
Yeah,
settle the
yeah.
yeah.
I agree 100% with you. Um, I do think that Master P is 50 something years old. God forbid something happens to him right now. Not only will it hurt Romeo, he will be hurt.
Yeah.
But people will celebrate him as the impact is left in this world much more than Romeo.
Mm.
Romeo too, don't get me wrong. But I'm saying a 55, 60-year-old man who has made the kind of impact he's made. Like people, anything you've ever heard about the evolution of the South rap industry, right? It's not behind this guy. Like people respect him like that. Like he's a pioneer, right? He's made that level of impact. Now, she would sit here and pretend like everything was smooth all the way, like money didn't commingle, like he didn't, like he said, he fell off and he picked himself up, and that's what tends to happen when you're the one that brought yourself out of no, out of the mud. You tend to be able to do it over and over again. But when people that were actually handed a lifestyle, when they fall, they tend to point fingers. It has everything to do with everything we're talking about, right? Good society creates weak people, weak men, right? Basically, like it goes in cycle, right? I don't know the complete saying. Don't worry about it right now. If you don't get it, forget about it. Okay? What I can tell you is this. Tọmọdé bá láṣọ jàgbàlagbà kò lè lákìísà jàgbàlagbà lọ.
All right.
Yeah, listen, if you have better understanding, dictionary understanding than your parents, you can't, or Gucci, Versace, all this nice stuff than the elderly. You can't have more rags than the elderly. You have to apply lots of wisdom. You, the younger one, have to apply much more level of wisdom, right? If you keep following people that say all these elderly people are simps, you're literally the simp, because it doesn't make sense. We're talking about people that live two different generations, two different contexts. You just don't know what you don't know. The only thing you can know is that whatever experience this man has, I need to make sure that I listen for as long as I can. Right? Okay, some money was misconstrued. I'm not doubting that that's actually some truth to that. Among family members, maybe usually the way those kind of things happen is that I will pay back, but life just continues. And they build a lifestyle around themselves. Those lifestyle, like he said, he received car gift and all those kind of things. And the whole lifestyle that he's ever known, for the most part. I'm sure it was maybe 7-8 years old before they became better. He was already born. He has all the excuses why he should be mad at his father. But I tell you, nothing good come out of it. You can feel right. You're going to be right. Just like everything else, okay? But there's always something that you can't see. You always have to leave room that maybe there's something I can't see. This is my father. At least this is my father. That means family is involved. That means other people are going to hurt. Right? Now, as far as Master P is concerned, Master P should not have done the video. He should have done the video. He shouldn't have responded or engaged online. Yeah. And nothing good comes out of it. It just gets worse. Because keep in mind, Romeo is a man who is caught up in his emotions. So he's always going to interpret anything you say, because there's no perfect thing to say. It just doesn't exist. Not in this moment, not within this time. He should have avoided it completely. But yes, I'm going to bring my father on here maybe sometimes in the next few days. I try to make it happen, because I think this is a conversation that a lot of people are hurting because they're hurting because they don't have relationships with their father, or they had one is destroyed, is damaged, for right reasons, for really, really, I guarantee it's usually good reasons. Like I have the good reasons, but they're just not good enough. They're not good enough to tamper with that relationship. Is not. The downside of you wanting to be right and speak your mind and sorosuke with your father is greater than whatever you're getting in that short term. I promise you. You know. But yes, we're going to basically leave this at this, okay? Brother Patrick, thank you so much for always chopping it up with me. I appreciate you. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, all right. Just to make sure. You know how we do it, eh? What's the quiet you? You there? Shout out to you. Thank you. I'll let you have your last word, sir, so I can round off. And then
what of wisdom today. I really learned it greatly.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
One thing I've learned now is to be quiet and listen.
Yeah, more. There's sometimes we have to speak up, you know, but
yes,
for the most part, it's listening. Yeah.
Usually, I've always wanted to be the last speaker. You know, something just prompted me to.
Yeah, let me speak for Auntie B right now. I know for a fact that she and the rest of the Wodo fam loves you to death. So, you know, it's just one of those things. We all need that little hiccup every now and then. Me too, I've been dragged before, you know, so it's okay. This is how we learn. So that's how it goes. We keep rubbing minds together and build together, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank God.
All right, Merry Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas and tell Madame hello.
Yeah, I'm very
right.
sure Auntie B will listen to this.
Yeah, she's like me. She pay attention to everything.
Yes, because she mentioned me when she started the show today.
Yeah.
This woman, they listen to Man of Prestige.
Oh, yeah. She pays attention to everything. Yeah. I love her. Yeah.
Just tell her to begin paying me salary now.
She will hear this.
The people have been accusing me that I'm collecting salary. I know they give them a good job, you know, Nigerians now.
Last we go pay salary, but you bring lots of wisdom to this platform, so we need you, sir. So thank you so much for everything.